Your next relationship is already dead and you ain't even met her yet. Now I want you to picture this. It's a year from now. You sit in a nice restaurant, candlelight, white tablecloth, you're doing it big. You sitting across from her, she's sitting across from you, she laughing at all your jokes, she really engaged in the conversation, and out of nowhere, bam, it hits you. Your heart start beating fast, the sweat start popping off your forehead, and you start feeling this feeling that you all too familiar with, because you felt it the last time you decided to walk out and leave a relationship. Different woman, different table, but the same ending, you loading in the chamber right now. See, you thought you were dating again, but you weren't. You were actually bleeding on somebody who didn't even cut you. Welcome back to Man Talk Mondays. I'm Derrick, the thought engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yoggi.
What is up? And it's going to be a great one tonight. Boy, I can't hardly wait to get into it.
Hey, man.
Y'all better strap on tonight.
Strap up.
That's what I mean. When I said it, I thought, no, I don't.
We all went to a dark place right there for a minute. Rewind the tape.
Strap on up.
Buckle up. Let's go. We're going to keep it safe.
Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Yes.
Buckle up.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're talking about tonight is stop dating your bleeding. Stop dating your bleeding. Now I want you, don't you click off. You better not click off, because this is not an anti-dating show. It's not what we're talking about. It's not an anti-dating topic what we're talking about, but rather an anti-self-sabotage. Because a lot of us are rushing into new relationships way too soon, and we just got to clear up a whole lot of stuff, because there are a lot of people who are just, you bleeding on everybody. You haven't even healed yet. And before you get healed, you're moving on too fast. So we want to just talk about this whole scenario of making sure everything is everything before you bring something new into your life.
Yeah, because you don't want to be bleeding all over people like you in the Shark Tank and I got bit or something. You want to make sure you're good.
Blood in the water.
That you want to make sure you're good.
Yeah.
You know how to say you got to eat. When you eat, you're supposed to wait 30 minutes before you get back in the pool. Right. We want you to wait 30 minutes before you get back in the pool, because we don't want you cramping up.
Exactly. So we're going to get into it. So we're going to talk about 4 things that you need to check before you move on. And the first thing you need to check on is the ink dry yet? Has the ink actually dried? You've just got out of a relationship, you just got divorced, or maybe you just laid somebody to rest, but as soon as you leave, you hop into the next thing. Listen, if the last conversation you had with your ex was an argument, and then the next conversation you had was on a date, you're not on a date, you actually running. You running from that situation, and you haven't really dealt with that yet.
I believe it's important to that point to make sure one door is closed before we open another one, try to go through it. I think most of the times we're guilty of not having one door halfway open while we're trying to open another one. And that's not fair to anybody. It's not fair to you or the person that you're pursuing.
See, one of the things you got to avoid is the 90-day rebound trap. The 90-day rebound trap. You get on a new date and you get this dopamine high, but the dopamine high makes you feel like you've healed or you're healing, when actually you haven't really healed. So you haven't given yourself some time.
for the people in the slow people in the back.
Yeah.
Can you explain what the dopamine hill is?
So dopamine is that feeling that you get when you happy.
That new feeling.
Right.
That new relationship.
Right. That new relationship feeling.
Yes.
Everything is brand new and all of that. It's the same feeling that you actually get when you scrolling through your cell phone, when people are looking for dopamine highs. Right. And so you get on this dopamine high because it's a new relationship. You just meeting somebody. You don't really know them, don't really know you and everything. But if you're not careful, you'll mistake it for healing. And it's not healing. You actually medicating is what you actually doing. You're medicating. And I don't know if you understood, but medicine doesn't really heal you. It just masks symptoms.
Y'all need to hear that now. Y'all need to hear that.
It just masks the symptoms.
Because they said it does not heal. It does not stop your headache.
Right.
It stops the part of your brain that lets you know you have a headache.
Yeah.
So whatever's causing the headache is still actually there. If you're dehydrated or whatever the case may be, you're still actually dehydrated. It just masks that.
So when you're in a relationship, this new relationship just gives you the feeling like you moving on, you healing, everything's fine, and you ready for the next person, but you're not, because you never finished that last conversation. So you got the 90 days rebound trap you got to avoid, but you also got to avoid the comparison trap. She's nothing like my ex, because the very fact that you making the comparison says
you comparing.
There's something there, right?
Yeah.
You still stuck on that person.
Oh Lord, because I did that when I was in some time back. A friend of mine was telling me that he was with this girl, and the first thing he would say is, "You're not nothing like my other girl. You're not nothing like the girl I used to be with." Which meant he was always comparing her.
Yeah,
she was still in his system.
Yeah, because if you were making the comparisons, they still in the room. They still are there. They may not physically be there, but you dragging them along with you. And you holding every new person up to that other person and making this comparison. But if that person is gone, ain't nothing and you're not focusing on the new person and giving them their just due. So you still running away from the ex instead of running to who this person actually is.
Because if you can't talk back about the last person you were with and not clench your jaws or teeth and be upset about it, then perhaps you hadn't moved on.
Any mention of their name, you react. Listen, it even goes as deep as you pass by somebody and you catch a whiff of some cologne or perfume or something. When people talk about these triggers, you getting triggered.
We had a girl that worked for me at the job. This guy started wearing a cologne that her ex-boyfriend used to wear.
Oh, yeah.
She went to HR.
What?
And said, can y'all have him move because his cologne is it's triggering me.
She went to HR?
Oh yeah, bro. No lies told. Yes, she did.
Listen, I don't think people understand how long it takes to actually get somebody out your system. And that's if you actually actively trying to work through it.
But see, okay. So we have to clear up the misconception then, because people think to be by themselves is a bad thing.
Yeah.
People think being in the house by themselves is a no-no. Why you ain't with nobody? Because I'm trying to heal.
Yeah.
I'm trying to heal on this side. Just because I'm not black and blue on the outside, don't mean I'm not black and blue on the inside. I heard something. This guy said relationships and love are like not masking tape, but duct tape sticking to something. Oh. And the more times you pull it off and on to something, eventually the non-sticky is gonna be.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really good, because another stick like duct tape.
The first time. And that's the thing about it.
Yes.
Anytime you have an adhesive thing, if you keep untaching it and it's not gonna hold like it did the first time. And that's why I don't think people really understand, especially like your first.
Oh man.
Oh, you talk about getting stuck.
Oh my goodness.
You talk about getting stuck.
But listen to me. As I think about my first, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh man, brother, ain't nothing, all I can say is ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to play
and
with.
you think about us, you know what I'm saying? when I say us, I mean like people around our age. If you've done some living, you've probably been with somebody a number of years, and you expecting to just walk out of that just easy? No. I call it relationship residue. You got too much residue that you haven't cleaned up.
And most of the time, we just drag that residue into our other relationships and wonder why it's not working.
Right.
Fair. Relationships are difficult enough by themselves with no residue or anything on them.
Right.
It's hard, dude. When relationships are tough anyway.
Yeah.
When everybody is clear and in their right mind.
Yeah.
Let alone you trying to drag. You got a woman in the trunk with you.
Oh man, they trying to stick to you and wonder why they keep falling off.
Yes.
Because that other person, that residue is still there. You hadn't cleaned off enough to allow that person to really stick to you the way they want to stick to you. So you got to be aware of all of this. And we got too many people who are rushing. You hop from one relationship to the next and bleeding all over the place. And it's one thing to have that person that you still stuck on and you trying to get over. What happens when you put kids in the mix? Especially when you got younger kids. And here you go, you attaching yourself to one person after the other. See, one thing you got to understand, your kids are a little bit more prone to attachment than you are.
Than you think you are anyway.
Right, than you think you are.
Yeah, true.
So you bring Juanita by, then the next couple months, here come Jessica. The next few months, here come Erica, and your kid.
And everybody caters to the kids.
Yeah.
Anytime a woman or a guy is trying to get in with you and they're younger kids, the kids are the center.
Yeah.
I'm bringing stuff by. I'm bringing food. Because I'm auditioning to be mama or daddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they get used to me bringing McDonald's by. They get used to me. They get used to whatever I'm doing. They get used to it. And then I'm not there no more.
Yeah. So what's the rule? What's the rule when you have, especially smaller kids, when you have kids, period, but especially smaller kids, what's the rule on introducing the person that you're dating to your kids?
Let me stop you right there. It sounds really tough and harsh. I'm under the belief that I don't believe. I know you're not going to agree with this.
Okay.
I don't think you should date while you got kids. I think you should put that thing up. Dude, let me explain to you why.
Yeah.
And I believe I can make this.
Okay. All right.
13 to 17, them boys ain't doing nothing but looking to fight somebody because their daddy ain't there.
Oh.
You ain't my daddy, and you trying to come in and discipline them. You ain't finna do number fight.
And you in your 40s, you ain't got no energy to keep up with. You ain't got that energy.
Because all them kids are gonna want to do is fight. When they between 3 and 5, 3 and 7, 3 and 8, they looking for their daddy then. You ain't my daddy. Are you my daddy? Now they in and out of relationship. I just think it's imperative that if you're gonna have kids, my law is if you're gonna have kids with somebody, you're gonna be with them for 18 years.
Wow.
If you lay down there and get the ooh-wee baby and somebody get pregnant, you gonna be with them for 18 years.
Locking in for 18?
Bro, I got you for 18. If child support can get you for 18, I want you for 18.
Okay. You right, got a point.
Listen,
if child support can get you, y'all heard it. Okay. If child support can get you 18.
Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah. Tell me in anything I said, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me you're not finna have to fight that woman like if it's a boy or a girl. 13 to 17, you finna fight. They don't want to clean their rooms up. They don't want you saying nothing to them half the time. You ain't gonna say nothing. You just gonna let them do what they want to do. Dude, you finna fight the whole time. It ain't fair to you or them.
So let's say a person, they got a child. The kid is 6. 12 more years before you
I bet you
get into a relationship.
I bet you what? I bet your picker will get a lot more fixed if you don't get to date nobody the whole time you got that child. I bet you all this laying down, having babies with I bet you that'll stop. I bet you it'll stop.
Oh, and every time you have a baby, the clock starts over.
What? I bet you it'll stop. Call me crazy, but I bet it'll stop.
The clock starts over every time a baby's there.
Dude, because we willing to too many times we're willing to sacrifice the kids for these relationships, and the relationship's not lasting.
So let's at least make a compromise. I get what you're saying, but that could be a long time depending on where they are in the child's development. You know what I'm saying? Let's say this. You date, but you keep that person away from your kids. You don't introduce your kids to this person until you know where it's headed. You know it's headed to marriage. It's headed to something solid, to where this person isn't going to come into your child's life and then the next few months they gone. Maybe you wait till y'all decide that marriage is where y'all headed, and then you introduce this person to your child. You don't think that's fair?
I think it's fair, but because your picker is broke, you want me to trust your picking now? Your picker was broke before.
Wow.
I have to do something to save the child at this point. It's not about you at this point. It's about the child, D.
I almost said it, but I ain't gonna say it. Y'all people say, forget them kids. you know that's what people be on. You know that's what they be on, man.
You know why? But you know why they own that?
Why they own?
Because they want to do them.
So when you have a baby, you lose the right to do you?
Yes, you should. Because it's not about you anymore. Contrary to what people think, it's not about you anymore. Yeah. It becomes about you when you are empty nester and the person out the house. I got friends of mine right now that are really good friends of mine, that her and her husband got married. She had a son, teenage son. And I know for a fact it was easier for her to start dating when her son was going to college than it would have been if he had been in that house.
I can see that. I can see that. So any people out there who are single and you got young kids, you got some time. But okay, so you have some time. Let's say the kid is 9, 10, and you said 18, right?
I said 18.
So
I'm gonna even give you 17.
Okay, 17. Or at least they're headed out. Because sometimes we got these new kids where they don't want to leave. So you got a whole different situation there.
Yes, true.
But you got 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9, 10 years. How do you make the most of them years to make sure when you do jump back out there, you can do it the right way?
You make sure now you can concentrate on making sure they ready and you ready.
Oh,
we don't spend enough time making sure we ready when they leave out of the house.
Wow.
You just think, ling, 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 come and get it. No. That's what got us into this situation now.
Oh, which brings up, because listen, I know, believe in Jesus and everything.
He heard you cry.
But people are hitting that thing out here. So you locking that up. You locking that up?
You gotta be.
Okay.
You gotta be. The celibacy that should be done is while you at home raising your kids.
Wow.
Because allow the kids to see that.
That self-control. Oh,
yes. Because every time the kids door shut, they hear your door shut to my wee baby. I'm like, whoa, what's going on down there?
Mama, no.
And you know it's still walls in the house.
Oh man!
Trying to put mama through the wall in there. They don't need to hear that.
Yeah, no.
And the older they get, the more they don't need to hear because listen, because kids don't do what we say.
They do what we do. Yeah, and you do have to be careful what kind of example you're setting, because it now becomes the pattern that they follow, and you wonder why your child is struggling with relationships because of how you managed the relationships when you had your child was growing up.
You was water through a screen though.
Oh, water through a screen.
And you trying to figure out why your kids are like that. Because they do what you do. Listen to me.
Oh man.
They do what we do. And look, the problem with kids are they are the worst of us and the best of us. Let that sink in.
Wow. The worst and the best. Man, that's saying a lot. But you want to make sure that you're not dragging just different people in meeting your kids, because those kids get an attachment. And your need to date can't become your child's emergency. And so where you think you don't have time or you can't wait, that's probably the time where you need to.
And I know it seems extreme. Let me just say that. It seems extreme, but I think it has to be, because what if you got girls?
Oh.
And if you got girls and you're a woman, the last thing you want is a bunch of different men coming through the house.
Yeah.
And one of your daughters walked through there and she got yams. You don't want him looking at us out. I'm trying to be a buck, keep it a buck.
No, keep it a buck.
You
keep it a
want,
buck.
You don't want a bunch of strange men coming.
Keep it a buck.
And next thing you know, well, mama, he did this, or mama, he did this. I listen.
Yeah.
Because at times, sometimes we sacrifice kids and don't let it be making too much money.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to believe whether or not.
And you just said something. And let me help some people out real quick. If everybody did what they were supposed to do, the world would be a different place. And so you can't just say, well, he ain't got no business looking at her. He not supposed to be looking. If everything ran the way it's supposed to, the world would be a different place. You got to plan for the ones who are not following the rules, the ones who might step out of bounds. You got to be planning for that. And you don't know who that person is. So you got to be careful. And it's your job as the parent to make sure you're protecting them. And what you're protecting them from is your loneliness. You got to protect them from your loneliness and what you feel is a need. It's really not a need, but you feel like it's a need to get with somebody. You got the child is still growing up and you not dating. So you got to learn how to be by yourself. And let's say there's no child there. It's just you. It's just you. And every time you sit there, you get this urge to pick up your phone and call either the ex or call somebody because you just can't sit by yourself. And a lot of us need to learn how to sit by ourselves. Date yourself for a while. Figure out who you are. Figure out what happened the last time.
Boy, and you know what? And to your point, and you are exactly right.
Yeah.
Figure out what role you played in it.
Yes.
Because as much as when we tell back that story, we are the victims. As much as we the victim of the story, try to figure out what role you played in it. Because chances are there was enough blame to go around, and try to figure out what yours is. So when you're back in those situations again, you can be better. Because knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is. Applied knowledge.
And if you the hero in all your stories,
that part,
you are lying to yourself.
And you a dog.
Because here's the harsh reality. If you can't enjoy your own company, you're asking somebody to come in and fix something that they were never designed to fix. That is an inside job. And let me say this, because there's this thing of, and you mentioned it a minute ago, if I'm by myself, I'm deficient.
And that don't have to be a bad thing.
No,
we have to change the narrative on that.
We got to change the narrative.
It's not the bad. No, it's not a bad thing. I'm by myself and I'm good.
Listen, let me tell you, when the Bible talked about Adam, it said Adam looked at all the animals. He was naming animals and everything. And it tries to make us feel like, or people try to make you feel like Adam was moping like, man, all these animals got somebody, but I'm by myself. Adam wasn't.
I'm sure he was.
There was no reference of a woman.
I'm sure he was good. He had nobody in the
right. Because you know what he was doing? He was working.
Yes.
He was working. He was doing what God put him there to do. And let me say this, as a man, let a woman find you working.
You can't be more focused.
Oh man.
When you work and you do.
And really your work, the work that God has given you to do helps you pick the woman. True. How did Adam know Eve was good? He knew she was good because he looked at her from the work standpoint. I have somebody to help me. Not somebody to make me feel good. I have a helper. I have somebody to help me.
He didn't look at her yams. Like, you are yammed up, Eve. Girl, come here.
But that's how we frame it.
That's how we pick.
That's how we look. Right. He was looking at her based on the work that needed to be done. Because how can you understand who's a helper if you don't even understand the work? Don't confuse isolation with solitude. Don't confuse the two. Solitude is you taking time to be by yourself, learning about yourself, getting focused on whatever it is that maybe God is trying to get you to do. And you don't need somebody in your space. You don't need somebody in your space. By the time you get to somebody there, you like, oh, come on in. You know what I'm saying? You good. You're not grabbing everybody like you drowning.
We have to change the narrative by how we look at ourselves and our singleness.
Yeah,
we have. I know you say, well, it's easy for you to say, well, I was going to be one of them kind of guys that was going to always be with somebody because I'm a relationship guy. Mm-hmm. Women always saw me and saw relationships. So grab me up, but everybody's not like me. Yeah, every guy is not like me. Every woman is not like me. Listen, and if we be honest, we are something else. Yeah, if we be honest with ourselves, and we won't. But the problem is, we won't be honest with ourselves.
No. But you know what'll force you to be honest with yourself? Being by yourself.
That part.
Being by yourself. Because isolation means you being kept away. Solitude means you go off to yourself. Because you recognize, man, I got some things I need to work on, or I just need to learn how to enjoy me. How you know you in a bad place when you can't sit alone with your thoughts. You got to always have something going on. You got to be running to this club. You got to be running to this brunch. You got to be running to this party. You can't get somewhere and sit down. Yeah. That means you're looking for external noise to quiet the internal noise. That internal noise is too loud. And so you start looking for ways to drown it out. So you drown it out with that dude or that chick that you bring into your bedroom.
That you really don't want to be with.
Right. It ain't even about that person. It's about you trying to soothe something that's in you. And it won't work. It won't work.
You look up, you done had 3, 4, 5. 6,
man.
After a while, you lose count of them.
Yeah.
Now it ain't nothing. Now it's just a warm heartbeat in there.
Yeah. So you got to learn how to be by yourself. Being alone is not the same as being lonely. Not the same thing.
Get you some popcorn, light some candles. Light some candles, get you some baby oil.
Wait, ooh.
And go in that living room and go to town on yourself in there. You hear me?
Just violate yourself, huh? Just get this violate.
Go to town. Wake up in the morning and say, ooh, child. Bye.
I know you can't do it like me. But you can't. Man, that dance was ugly. One thing you want to make sure, you want to get by yourself for real on this one. You got to get by yourself. You want to make sure that them finances are where they need to be.
Listen to me. You know, it's funny. People don't understand how important this particular part of it is. Because most of the time when I see women on here, they want the guy to come in and pay for everything. They just want to stay at home and look cute. It's funny because that's because your finances jacked.
Oh man.
And even if, and I think you said this to me on a show we had a couple weeks ago, you said, yeah, but can I put up with your bad habits? I can put up with your bad spending, but your bad habits may cost me if I'm not insulated enough with my finances.
Right. To be financially insulated from somebody with bad habits, you got to have a whole lot of money. Finances is one of the biggest marriage killers. One of the biggest marriage killers. Now people say it's finance. I say it's more what finances reveal. Because don't nothing tell off on you like money.
Oh boy.
Money will tell off on you because it just makes you more of who you are.
We're not asking you to have $100,000 in the bank. I just need, can you get your credit to the sevens?
Right. Right. You don't have to be rich. Are you stable? Are you stable?
Are you stable enough without me?
Right. Right. You don't want to invite that person in to stabilize you, because at that point, you're not looking for somebody to be with. You're looking for a sponsor.
That part, a savior.
A savior.
Yeah.
Right. A mama or a daddy is what you're looking for.
What you're looking for.
If a person comes in with the money, and let's say you need saving, and they come in and save you, you can't take their money without taking their opinion and their thoughts and their feelings on everything, because when you are taking care of a person's life, you now have a voice in their life.
You sure do. Normally that voice comes when you don't want to hear it.
Right. He control it. You try to control me. You're right.
Where you going? Where you going? And when you coming back?
Right. Right. And you owe me an answer.
And that, yeah, he ain't my daddy. Yeah, well, you know,
yeah. All right. Let me ask this question. Based on your financial situation, would you date you?
That's the mic drop right there. You should push your mic down. Cause that's it. No, bro.
Yeah.
That's it right there. Cause more times than not, you know what we're gonna say? Hell no.
Right.
And if that's the case,
right,
then we need to do something about that.
But we talked about this in our last show. You got to go check it out. Finance versus romance. You want to mess up a good relationship, have a financial problem, a financial situation that you're not actively working on. And this is what we said last time. If you would focus on just being by yourself and you take that time to work on your finances, in 1 or 2 years, you could probably clear up 90% of whatever issue you have, if not the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And see, there's this thing with time. The thing about relationships.
We think we run out of time. We got to hurry up and get this.
Right.
We got so many stamps. We got to have on this booty by a certain amount of time.
Like a passport.
I got 5 more stamps. I got to get on this thing. And that's not the case. We got time.
So that goes back to the last point we made about being by yourself. Part of being by yourself is getting yourself together. And part of getting yourself together is getting those finances together, if that's an issue for you. If you got it together, no problem. But if you don't, give yourself that time. So by the time another person comes in, you've cleaned up or cleared up a whole lot of stuff.
It's funny because as I'm thinking back over the entire show, everything is focused on, if you take care of the things that are supposed to be important in your life, everything else, the dating part of it will take care of itself, man. Yeah. Yeah. Because you will attract differently. See, and because that's why you can't keep nobody. Right. Because you're attracting the wrong type of person. Right. Right. Because you're not paying attention to the vibes you giving off. That boy, you know what? If you're gonna preach, that's real. That's real. That's real. Yeah. If you take care of what you need to take care of, and everything else will take care of itself. Everything else take care of itself. Absolutely. Man, this has been a good one, but we've come down to the end. So before we go, we're going to leave you with our final thoughts. So, man, what's your final thoughts for tonight? Well, my final thought for this evening is one, you know, and I often say this every week, we want to be the best version of ourselves. And I think if we concentrate on ourselves, on getting our credit together, getting our weight together, getting our mind together, reading, start doing some more reading, start walking around the park a little more, start increasing your mind and your knowledge, spending some more time with the kids. I think if we increase ourselves, I think the things around us will increase, like our dating options, like Derrick said earlier. Man, I think this is so important, but I think because we put everything else in front of this, we don't get the results in dating that we want to get. Listen, I think it's somebody for everybody, but I think it's only somebody for the best version of you, not the full version of you that we're trying to put out or that you just want people to accept. You're better than that, and you can be better than that. And that's my final thought for today. Let me get better. Let me say this. Singleness is not an indictment. It's more of a workshop. It is an opportunity to get to know you, know exactly what it is that you want to accomplish, know what exactly is what you like and what you don't like. It is the space to correct a whole lot of the things before you invite in other people to be with you. We got to learn how to just deal with us, because a lot of times that's more than enough.
just dealing with us. Get you some therapy if you need it, especially if you leave in a relationship that was tumultuous. You want to definitely make sure that you are looking at things the right way, because a bad relationship will mess your eyesight up. It will mess how you look at things. It will mess it up completely. So you got a lot of correction that needs to happen before you move out and start looking for somebody else, because you want to make sure you're looking at them the proper way, the right way. You dealing with them based on who they are, not based on who they're not, comparing them to somebody that you used to deal with. And if you just take that time and get yourself together, you will be amazed at what you begin to attract to you. You will attract healthy people to you, because people that's about foolishness, they don't want to deal with people that got their stuff together. So be that person that has their stuff together and see how much better the next relationship is, because you want to make the next one the one. And that's my final thought.
Okay, tumultuous.
Yeah, you saw that SAT word, bro.
Yes, okay.
Come with the SAT words. Listen, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We hope you had a good time
This is a
listening.
banger right here. Y'all need to put this down on the short list.
We had a good time bringing it to you.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes.
Stay tuned to Man Talk Mondays. Listen, we trying to do big things, so just keep your eyes open. Look out for your boys. We're going to catch y'all next time. Peace out.
Peace.